Dr. Joanna Massey, I want to start with you. You've written a book about how generations can effectively communicate. What advice do you give employers and their staff generally when you're brought in to help foster effective communication across the ages?
A lot of times I'm brought in to speak with the older generation. I'm talking to the management, to the executive team, the C-suite even. And so I'm talking to people who are anywhere from 45 on the young end to 65, 70, 75 plus. And one of the things I like to remind them is that you raised them, now you have to live with them in the workplace. And because one of the things I hear a lot is a lot of pushback and generation shaming. Generation shaming is absolutely a thing. It happens every generation, by the way. You can go back to the way the silent generation treated the baby boomers, who were the hippies, right? If you think about studying the 60s and how the hippies were treated and were talked about by the older generations, you know, so, and the hippies are now the baby boomers, who are the one looking at the millennials and Gen Zers going, why do they want to change everything? You know, so I like to say to them, look, you gave them these ideals. You taught them work-life balance. You taught them do as I say, not as I do. You told them to not go and work 24/7, 365. And then they brought that into the workforce, and the boomers are like, whoa, 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 hold on a second. That's totally okay if you're my kid, but not when you're my employee. Guess what? It doesn't work that way.
That's brilliant. Brilliant.
So a lot of what I do is, and I do it in the book in Culture Shock, but I do it when I speak with corporations and C-suite and everything. I go in there and I tell them, here's your generation, here's the boomers, here's the Xers, here's the, and I remind them what was happening when they grew up, right? And I talk to them about why they are the way they are in business. And then I give them tools for first understand somebody else's perspective, right? Understand the era in which they raised alone is a huge impact on how people think and perceive the world. You know, and then back it up from there with, you know, key communications tools.
That's fantastic. I love that.